Hey, what's up everybody? Life with D, Cooking with D edition, and tonight we are making chili. We're going to flip the script a little bit tonight, and we are not going to use the normal store-bought chili powder. We're going to make our own from scratch to speed things up a little bit for YouTube purposes, for the internet. We're going to put it together over here. I've already pre-portioned the spices out. We have them all sitting in these containers, and I've done one other thing that's important. One of the ingredients that we use is cumin. I've ground the cumin and I've cooked it over low heat for about 4 minutes until the aroma starts to come out, until it changes color a little bit. So that's really the only thing that we've done ahead of time as far as the spices go. And as far as the pan goes, to cut down on time a little bit, we've cut up one yellow onion and taken half of the yellow onion, diced that up fine, sweated it in this pot here, and then added 3 pounds of 80-20 ground beef. It's cooking right now in here. We're going to go ahead and add our spices in. So I'm going to tell you which spices we're adding in and how much of each one we're putting in. Basically, the pot is now on 5, which this stove considers medium heat. We're going to start off with garlic powder, which is right here, and that's 2 tablespoons. We've got smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon. We've got oregano, which was ground up in a spice grounder. That's 1.5 tablespoons. And then of course we'll try to dump all the rest of this out at the same time. Then we have hot shot, which is a blend of ground red pepper and black pepper, chopped or diced dried onion, ancho chili powder, cayenne chili powder, and last but definitely not least, and all of those, by the way, were 1 full tablespoon. Last but not least, 1.5 tablespoons of our toasted cumin seeds. And we've ground all these up in a spice grinder ahead of time. I don't recommend using the same spice grinder that you grind your coffee in. Get a separate one. Although there is a separate recipe for chili that calls for adding coffee to it. Gives it an incredible flavor. This one, we're going to go ahead and not use the coffee taste. So try to use a different grinder for that. And we just added all those to our pot, and we're going to stir it up. The ground beef is only about probably 40% of the way cooked. So these spices are going to get married in here really nicely. And what we're going to do is we're going to let these cook, take a break for a second, and we'll come back and we'll see how it's doing. Hey everybody, we're back, and we are now to the point of where our ground beef is pretty much cooked, and we've drained the grease off. Get an idea of what everything looks like with the onions and the ground beef kind of turned to the side. It smells wonderful. All those spices melded together, got married, everything smells great. Most of the grease is drained off, so now we're basically at the point of just adding the few extras in, the normal stuff that you would probably add to a chili anyway, just to finish it off. So let's go ahead and go through and add 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 and 2. And this particular type of chili is going to be more of a soupy chili. I know a lot of people like to have chilies that are more meatier and in a real small bowl, but this is going to be more the type of chili that you'd eat with some cornbread or some spaghetti or something like that. That's the end goal, is to eat this over spaghetti. But anyway, we have put in 2 cans of tomatoes. We're going to add 1 can of dark kidney beans, and we are going to add 1 large size 46-ounce can of just regular tomato juice. I'm going to put about 3/4 of that in to start with, and then we're going to give it a little mix to see if we're getting the right color that we want. We're trying to look for not a bright red, more of a dark type red. We want to see that it's a soup type consistency, and we want to make sure that there's a good ratio, that there's enough meat, there's beans, we can see the onions, and that everything's kind of together. But if we can get a quick pan out, what we want to do is now we want to bring in our friend James. He's going to come over here for a second. He's going to stand in front of here and check it out and see what he thinks, because we always need somebody else's opinion. This is my friend James. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jay, man. It's looking very, very eatable right now. I'm sure it has to cook a little while longer, but it's outstanding.
Tell us a little about who you are, James.
I am James Jr. Trying to pick up some kitchen habits from Darren. D-Man. And go from there. Before you know it, I'll probably have my own kitchen.
And what do you think of this particular chili? You think it needs anything? Have you tried it? You want to go get a spoon and maybe give it a taste and see what you think it needs?
Maybe I will.
We haven't put any salt in it yet. It might need some salt, it might need some pepper, but another opinion always does good.
And now I'll do the taste test. Might need a dab of salt. Maybe
Okay.
pepper.
Alright. Well, let's go ahead and put in how much you think it needs. This is our favorite brand of salt. Love this brand of salt. Great. Comes in big, huge chunks. So why don't you open that up, get yourself a pinch of it or however much you think it needs. Throw it in there. You want to use your fingers and pinch it out as opposed to dumping it in, because there's a lot in there. And keep putting it in. You probably need more. And we'll get you another spoon to test with. Here's your pepper. No particular brand of pepper. Any pepper's fine. The salt, though, seems to be pretty important. And give that a stir. We'll give you a fresh spoon. See if you can notice any difference after you spiced it up a little bit.
This chili's really looking good. I think that did it, D-Man. This is very good.
Alright, we're going to take a break here and let this cook. Estimating that it's probably going to need to cook about 45 minutes to an hour. This isn't one of those chilies that you're going to cook in a crock pot for a couple hours, so let it cook for 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to come back, we're going to plate it for you and let you know how it tastes after all the juices, the tomatoes, the peppers, the salt, all 8, 9 of those spices, everything kind of gets together. We'll see how it tastes after that. Back in a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back. Our ground beef's now cooked. All the spices are real nice. It's still cooking a little bit. I'm going to let it cook for another couple hours through the night. We're going to go ahead and eat it now. I just want to plate it for you and show you what it looks like, how we eat it here in Indy, me and my buddy Jay. So I'm going to start plating it by getting a set of tongs. I've already cooked some very thin spaghetti, maybe mix in some vermicelli. Just take a tong full of some spaghetti, throw it at the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to get my ladle from my grandma. Rest in peace, Grandma, I love you. We're going to get this chili up here. Big, huge chunks of meat. This smells so good. We're just going to throw it right on top of the spaghetti. Probably 3 good ladles full here. I'm just going to set it off here to the side like this. And this is how we do chili over spaghetti. That's it for now. Take care. Be sure to like us and or comment us below on YouTube. Thanks a lot.